Hello, live at 11. I'm Sammy Hexter-Andrews. Thank you for joining me. Last week I did say that I was hopefully going to have a guest on today. Sadly my guest can't make it, so we're rejigging it for another day. But I thought I'd pop on anyway to see you. As you can see, still haven't properly cleared my studio. I'm trying to pack it up. But I have been doing some other bits. Yeah, so how's your Wednesday going? Hope it's going well for you. What have I been doing since last week? I've started writing a number of essays. Good morning, Stephanie. Thank you for joining. So I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about my essays. So my next big body of work that I'm going to create is about heroes. And because I've been thinking a lot about people within my life over the years that I would consider heroes. And so don't worry, I'm not doing any portraits or anything like that. It's still going to be my abstract work, but that's going to be my theme. So I'm going to be linking it with poetry and with music. I've already started a list of my musical influences that I like to listen to, and the songs that I like that are all linked in with the theme of heroes. I'm going to be looking at mythological heroes, legendary heroes. I'm going to be looking at real life heroes that I consider hero. I'm going to be looking at the different types of heroes within literature. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be spending the next couple of months writing down ideas, filling out my essay briefs, planning it all, getting my colours laid down on what I want to use within the piece. Thinking about the different, how I'm going to make the different marks with the mark making in the piece, what equipment I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be putting all that together over the next few months in the forms of my essays. And then hopefully, I'm sort of thinking by about January, I will start putting the work together. And as last year, on the Bloomz annual arts show, live gallery art show online, I'm going to hopefully have a whole complete body of work that I'll be able to debut there. Because do you know what, within the Bloomz art group, if you don't already follow the Bloomz Instagram page, please do go check it out and start following us. It's a group of 8 artists, and we all do very, very different work. And but we managed to there's something really special about the group, and I'm not just saying it because I'm in it, because I am by no way any special at all, but the group is very special in the fact that we're all very supportive of each other, and it's just lovely to be working alongside like-minded people. So even though we all work in very different areas, so we have Stephanie, who's a fibre sculptor, we have landscapes in oils, we have animals in watercolours and acrylics, we have encaustic wax, we have so much gum art, we have amazing light installation sculptures. We have so much as a group that we can offer, that at our annual art show, which it will be at the end of April, more details will follow, but put it in your diary now, the last weekend in April. It is such an amazing group of people that come together and support. So Stephanie says a supportive group of eclectic artists. Yeah, we are. but it's just such a buzz and a vibe and everything. Even we all, three of us, and the four of us, sorry, went and did an art show, a live art show at the Contemporary Art Fair in Surrey. And between the four of us, there was such a vibe, even though we were in different areas of the exhibition hall. And I think it's the power of the Bloomz. That's what we say. But so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be debuting my new series of work, which is called Heroes, at the Bloomz event in April. But between now and April, I will write my essays. I will prep everything that I need to prep. I will be doing my preliminary drawings. I will be doing a number of different compositional sketches to see how each piece is going to work. So I get like a big board and I pin it all down, all my information, music, poetry, like I've said, news articles. I'll go back into the archives and I'll pull out some news articles, and yeah, and then I'll piece it all together. So I'm looking forward to doing that. It's always very exciting when I decide what my theme of the next series of work is going to be, because it's always quite different from the time before. My last series of work was about love and joy, and I had so much joy in doing that. It really lifted my spirit, and I had a number of pieces of work on show at the Contemporary Art Fair, and people were walking past and they were stopping, they were saying, oh, do you know, I just love the colours, I love the vibrancy, you know, it's making me smile just to look at it. And that's just so lovely to hear that, because then I sort of think, yeah, it's worked. My ideas, my thoughts behind that piece has worked, and it's coming through the painting. So what else have I done? Oh, I got a package the other day. This is what I've got. Let me show you. Quite excited. I wanted to have something. We give out certificates of authenticity with our work, but I wanted to have something a little bit more special. So I bought myself a stamper. I'm not going to be able to see this, it's going to be back to front, but actually it's a stamper. It says originals across the top. I've got my little palette knife and a brush, sorry, there, and then at the bottom it's got track 5 art. Let me see, where is it? I've printed it on the back of a bit of, there we go. That's what it'll look like, but the other way around. And I'm going to print those, stamp those on the back of all my canvases before I start working. So yeah, so I'm really excited about stamping those. I got a nice big stamp tray, and red's my favourite colour. Good morning, Steve. So yeah, so I'm going to be stamping these over on the backs of my canvases before I start work. I just thought, you know, then, you know, people will know that it's from me, and another bit of authentication on that piece of work. But yeah, so I've got my stamper. I bought that with my money I got from the art fair, so I was quite chuffed with that. I've been buying lots of things actually, and I keep thinking I can't buy any more stuff because I've got to move it to the new studio. Morning, Steve. Yeah, I've got to move it to the new studio, so stop buying stuff. So then I went and bought some more books. I can't help myself. So but my books are in the book cupboard. I've put them away already, but they're about other people's thoughts around abstract art. I love reading about what other people think and feel about the art they're creating. And one day I am gonna do a book. Well, I have said I am going to do a book with my photographs of my paintings, and then an extract of my essay, of my thoughts and feelings by the side of it, because I think that's always nice, isn't it, to have a bit more about what the artist is thinking and feeling about that piece of work. So that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my next thing as well. I don't know if you saw my post the other day, but this is my beautiful poppy. It's my Dame Vera Lynn poppy. I got it from the God, I've gone out my head. Lordy be. A Royal British Legion. There we go. See, that's what happens as soon as you get over 50. You start forgetting things. Anyway, so yeah, so this is my poppy for this year, and on the back it says we'll meet again. It's just so beautiful. I love it. A little bit of sparkle. Yeah, so I've got my poppy. No, so today I did a post and there is this most beautiful car on it, and it's from the Edge Motor Museum in Memphis. So now that everything's opened up and everyone can go travelling, if you have the opportunity to go to Memphis, yes, go to Graceland, definitely. Go to Sun Studios, absolutely. But make sure you cross over the road, walk down in the Edge District, walk down the street a bit, and there's Edge Motor Museum. It is amazing, absolutely amazing. Steve says wait till you're 60. Oh yeah, for my noodle to even get shot to pieces. But do you know what, I don't feel too, I'm not worried about getting older. I just want to stay fit so I can do stuff. I don't care about getting the grey hair or the odd wrinkle or two, but I just want to be able to be fit enough to enjoy what I'm doing, creating my art alongside you lovely people, and being able to show my art. Anyway, I've gone off track now. Yeah, so went to the Edge Motor Museum in Memphis. It's just down the road from Sun Records. So go to Graceland, absolutely amazing. Then Sun Records, then cross over the road, walk down the street, and Edge Motor Museum. They have got so many cars. I mean, I'm not petrol head. I think I've said this before. I'm nowhere petrol head, but their cars are amazing. And in actual fact, it dovetails so beautifully into the history of Memphis, because they have cars from different eras in Memphis, and you can relate to each car they've got there to what was happening in Memphis at the time, and it is brilliant. Is the interview with the owner still on your IG feed? Yes, it is. What I might do is I might bring it forward and repost it so you can see it again, because that was a brilliant interview. Very generous guy, the museum owner and creator. Yeah, but it's just such a beautiful place. So go to Memphis, but make sure that you put Edge Motor Museum on your itinerary, because you will definitely not be disappointed. It is amazing. The staff are fabulous. They are so full of knowledge, and like I say, I'm not a petrol head, but I could really appreciate all those cars. It was amazing, absolutely fabulous. What else? What's the time? It's only 15 minutes. What else have I done? Do you know, I should have written a list. I wrote a list last week and I was fine. This week I thought, no, I don't need to write a list. It's in my head. Jolly well isn't. Golly Moses. No, can't think, it's gone. Anyway, so what I thought I would do is just show you how I map out my ideas. I know I've done this before, but I just thought I've got lots of new followers that are joining, so I thought I'd just show you what I do. So I actually use a map. There we go, see it? And I map out my ideas. So I go with the main theme. What's my theme? What's my topic going to be? And then I do like a spider chart, and I have all different ideas coming out, and thoughts and words and pictures I might have seen, news headlines, lyrics from songs, words from the poetry, and I stick it all on this map. And then I have to like narrow it down for each piece. What do I want to say? So for example, with heroes, one of my heroes is actually a member of my family. So I will go back and I will look at what they actually did, where that happened in timeline, what was going on around them at that time, what the music was at the time, what was in the newspapers at the time. So do I create an actual mood board? Well, I suppose you could call it a mood board. Yeah, but it's like an information. So it's a big sheet with all my information on that then I pick out from. And then I do with paints. Yeah, so I will put my colours that I'm going to use. I'll have them down on one side. Colours I'll put on there. I will put what materials I'm going to use. I will put what equipment I'm going to use. So it's all there, ready for me. And then and this all makes up the essay that I'm writing. So I'll put in my own thoughts and feelings behind what I'm wanting to say, how I'm wanting to express myself. And I think I said before that I use the 6 W's that the journalists use when they're researching a story. So it'll be about who's involved, who will benefit, who's affected, who will be harmed, if anyone's harmed, who's going to be the recipient of whatever that person does, etc. And then I'll look at what to narrow it down to one single phrase or sentence. What does my topic involve? What other points do I need to consider? Do I want to consider other people's viewpoints? So it may not be exactly what I'm expressing or what my viewpoint is. I may be wanting to get you to look at something from another angle. And so to do that, I have to take on board what other people have said, whether I agree with what they're saying or I disagree with what they're saying. But like I was saying the other day, I think on one of my news feeds, I was saying, you know, we are so lucky to have freedom of speech. But that means then we have to hear the stuff that we may not agree with. But then that gives us an opportunity to say why we don't agree with it. And it gives us an opportunity to say why we think this A is a much better route to go down than B, for example. And then I look at where did it take place? Why did it take place? Should it have taken place? Is it affected by the location? Is it affected? Does it actually matter? Do you know? And also when it took place, and where in that on our history timeline. I think a lot of my work actually does relate back to our human timelines, you know, our history of what I'm experiencing in my years here, and what people have experienced that came before me, you know, and I think I've tried to make it relevant to all of us, make it personal in some cases, or I'll give my personal thoughts, but always leave a question, because I'm absolutely more than happy to have someone give me their thoughts and opinions and ideas about what they're seeing, what they're feeling from my piece of work, because I find that that's so important, to have that conversation, or to enable that conversation to happen. As an artist, it's not all about me. For some people it is, but I want to have conversations with you. I love to have conversations. I love meeting new people. I'm very shy by nature, though a lot of my friends and family disagree. If I go to a party, I'm more likely to hang back quite a bit, unless it's with people that I really know. Then you know, I'm like, yeah, I won't hand back at all. But if I'm going into an environment where I don't know people and I'm going as myself, then yeah, I can be quite reserved. But I do love meeting new people, and it's just such a strange thing, because when I was at the art fair I was very nervous, but then I thought, no, actually, come on, Sammy, you're here as Sammy Hexter-Andrews and the artist, so put that part of yourself forward. And so that's what I'm doing now. This is, you know, me, the artist, but also it's me as well. Oh, Steve says not shy, choosy. Yeah, maybe. Stephanie says you feed everyone. I love to feed people. I'm not a feeder like everyone thinks. I'm really not. I just love preparing food. I love all the preparation, the food shopping, the cooking, and then I love seeing people eat. Maybe that does make me a feeder. I don't know. You look at my husband. He doesn't look like he's been fed. I think I take all his calories, but anyway. Going back to my list, the next part is why. Why does this topic matter? Why does it matter to me? What is it that has got hold of me to want to produce a body of work? So when I think of my new body of work, Heroes, why does that matter to me? I think it matters to me because I think we all need to, I think we all like to, think we need a hero, but actually we don't recognise it in ourselves. And I'm not saying I'm a hero, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying that sometimes you have to really dig deep in yourself to be able to push yourself forward, to do what you do. But you don't think of yourself as a hero. I always remember asking my Uncle Reg, you know, why did he never go to the remembrance parades? Why did he never, you know, put himself forward to do that on Remembrance Sunday? And he always said, because I was just doing my job. He was a gunner in the Lancaster bombers, and him and his crew, I think they were one of the very few crews that started the war together and ended the war together. They didn't lose one person, and he just said, I was just doing my job. Don't need to be a hero, I was just doing my job. After he left the Air Force, he never put on his uniform again, he never wore his medals again, because he was just doing his job. Now to me, he's a hero, and lots of men and women within our services, to me, are, because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be brave enough to do that. But anyway, so that's why I look at why does it matter, and why is it important to me, and why do I want to share that with you as my viewers, as my collector. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know where I went then. It said it paused on my screen. So how does it affect the topic? How does it function? How does it do what it does? How did it become what it became, etc.? So I look at all the things like that, and then sometimes at the end I'll throw in a what if. What if everything worked out this way? Or what if it didn't work out at all, etc., etc. So I look at all different angles, because I want to give you, my viewers, the best of me. So the best way I can do that is by doing the research, is by making sure I've covered all the areas that I need to be able to produce this piece of work, so that you actually do get the very best. yeah, I think I keep dropping in and out of connection. Anyway, oh, there's one last. Are there any current world events that are currently inspiring you to create a piece of art? Oh my goodness, Steve, there is a lot going on at the moment in this country, around the world. I do keep a notebook, and here's my notebook. I've got a new one on the go. And I write down lots of thoughts about what's going on, and I date it, and I might come back to it in a couple of months' time. But at the moment I'm focused on my heroes, and also that will be impacted by what's going on in the world as well, and in the news. So yeah, so there's lots for me to get hold of. I won't give too much away at the moment, but yeah. Well, as I keep dropping in and out of connection, I think I will wrap it up here. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully my guest will be able to join me in a few weeks' time, but I'll let you know near the time. Have a great rest of your day. I hope everything's good with all of you, and I will see you next Wednesday live at 11. Take care. Bye bye.